So we're back and we're on the second video of our landscape drawing. In the last video we went ahead and we drew our foreground, which was two small hills and some rolling grounds. In the middle ground we had three large waves with some water, and our background had four mountains, a sun, and some sun rays. Looking at the picture that I was using for a reference, the one that I was looking at when I drew this, I noticed that there were some things that were not correct. My hills were really far over to the left, and they should have been further over to the middle of the paper. So one way that we can help our drawing is to use a grid, and a grid is simply vertical lines and horizontal lines that split our large rectangle into smaller rectangles. So for this very first one, we just did a vertical line in the middle and a horizontal line in the middle, and we have four equal boxes. So this is really going to help us make sure that when we draw our hills and our mountains and our water and our waves, that they're landing and going in the correct spot of our picture. So we're going to draw the same picture, but this time we're going to use our lines to help us. Starting with our foreground. The foreground again is going to have two smaller hills. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw my first one, and that hill is just a half of a circle, just like before, half of a circle. But I'm making sure that this hill is not touching my center line, so it is in the lower corner of this rectangle. Next we're going to add the decoration, and we're going to start in the very corner of our picture, and we're going to draw a curved line that goes into the middle of our hill. We're going to go halfway between the corner of our paper and the end of our hill. I'm going to make another quick dot, and I'm going to make a curved line that goes to the top of our hill. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use a dot in the corner and a dot towards the top of my hill, and I'm going to find the middle, and I'm going to make another dot and another curved line, so that way this hill has the decorations of stripes. My second hill is going to start right where my middle stripe is, and it's going to go up and down. So another half circle, but this time I'm making sure that my hill goes past my gray center line. Not by a lot, but just a little. So my first one was way shorter, and I know that this hill I wanted to be much longer. So this time I'm taking my hill past the center line and then touching it to the bottom. to finish off with my waving land, and I'm going to draw one hill, two hill, touch. Again, I'm going to put a dot at the top and one at the bottom, and I'm going to look for the middle. The middle is, where is halfway? So I'll draw another dot, and on the other side, same thing. I'm going to draw a dot on the bottom and a dot on the top, and I'm going to find the middle. When my hills go up, my pencil goes up. When my hill goes down, my pencil goes down. When my hill goes up, my pencil goes up. And when my hill goes down, my pencil goes down. I'm going to do another curvy line, and I'm going to do it in between my two dots. I'll do another dot, and between my two dots here, I'll do two more. And I'm just going to do the same thing. My pencil goes up and comes down, goes up and comes down. So I'm just looking for two small bumps. We have space for one more on the top. So again, I like to draw the dots because I'm a big fan of connect the dot. It makes drawing a lot easier. And I'm going to do my last stripe, making sure that none of my stripes are touching each other. Now we're going to start our waves, and this is the middle ground because it's in the middle of our painting. Our first giant wave is going to start at the top of our hill. It's going to go past our gray line, and when we come back, it's going to stay above. So our wave goes above the gray line, comes down, touches the gray line, and starts curving back in. We're going to draw the bottom, so we're going to go to where our wave is touching, and we are going to curve down towards the top of our hill. Our decoration is going to start on the inside of our wave and curve towards the bottom and curve towards the bottom right, so an upside down V. The second wave is going to start up towards the top of the first one, and all of our waves are going to be above this gray line. The bottom of my wave curves down towards my second hill. my decorations, I'll start in the center of my wave and I'll curve towards my first wave, and my second one will curve back down towards my second hill. Last wave, same thing. We're going to curve up and towards the gray, and when we get to the gray, we're going to curve back inside. For the bottom of our wave, we'll curve towards the top of our mountain. And our decoration, we'll start on the inside and we'll curve towards our second wave, and our second line will curve towards our second hill. Already looking at this drawing compared to the one that we're looking at on our worksheet, I noticed that my waves are supposed to come all the way to the middle of our drawing, and I've made them too small. Now I have two options. I can either sit and erase all of these and redraw them so that they are bigger like the ones in our picture, or what's going to happen is eventually we're going to flip this over and we're going to break our picture into even smaller boxes, and that should help us line everything up even better. So knowing that I can make another one when I made a mistake, I'm going to go ahead and choose not to erase these, but leave them and learn from them and keep going.